Hello everyone, this is Fabulex and welcome to my contour and highlight tutorial. So I'm using this Pro Concealer by LA Girl, and it's a really nice highlight, but it's also really good for concealing dark circles under my eyes or any kind of discoloration I have on my face from scarring or hyperpigmentation around my mouth or anything like that. And I really like this product. I found it on Amazon for really cheap. It came in a pack of 3, so there's like 3 tubes of this good stuff going on. And it blends really easily and really seamlessly into my skin. It just matches like my subtle highlights really nicely. I like it a lot. And once I apply it, I just kind of, let it sit on the skin for a little bit, let it warm up. And then I'll use not a moist, that's such a gross word. Oh no. A very damp beauty blender. And that helps kind of blend it out even better. Kind of like gets it into the pores better and just kind of like gets it into the skin, and it's kind of just a nice technique to use. So I use this concealer as more of a color correcting, and then I kind of blend it into the rest of my foundation. Then I will use a even lighter highlight, as it'll be like a lighter concealer to really create an even lighter highlight. So this is what I use for that. This is POREfections by me. Nope, that's the color medium beige. It's by Lorac. Totally bombed that one. Anyway, I'll use this to create some artificial light on my face. So I'll do it under my eyes and down my nose and my cupid's bow, my forehead. Basically the highest points on my face. That's where all of this concealer will go. And then I will blend it out just the same as I did before with my other concealer, and then I will just blend it out. I have to tell you, this product is crazy. It works as like the best concealer I have ever used before. I use it a lot for my drag. For men, we get this kind of blue shadow from our 5 o'clock shadow area, and with this concealer, it just kind of blocks that out nicely when I need it to, and kind of any other dark areas on my skin. And it never ever looks ashy, and it definitely lets the light hit my face where I want it to. Once, like taking pictures or going outside or anything like that. Next, I'm taking my Ben Nye Luxurious Banana Powder, and this stuff is just perfection. A little bit goes a long way, but if you want to use just a little bit more, you can make your face look beat. Let me tell y'all, but that's not what I was going for. I was just trying to make sure that my concealer doesn't move all day, and this stuff helps with that. It won't go anywhere. Next, I'm going in with my Ben Nye's Contour Cream Palette. As you can tell, it's one of my favorites because there's hardly anything left in it. I'm using just kind of a small foundation brush. I'm kind of showing right now where my contour line starts and stops. I go from the top of my ear, and then the end of the contour will end at the edge of my eyebrow. That's what I do on both sides. That's just for beginners. I kind of see it in my mind's eye now, so I don't really have to do this, but this is just kind of showing people that are new how I'm doing it. Down the bridge of my nose and my temples and my forehead, and also under my chin. That's where all this color will go, and then after I let it kind of sit on my skin for a little bit, then I'll blend it out with a sculpting brush. It has 4 different shades for contouring, and in this video I'm using the lightest chestnut brown shade. I'm going for a more soft tan look, but I want it to be warm enough to match the rest of my skin, like my neck and shoulders. So the brush that I used to blend this out with is actually a sculpting brush, but I just previously cleaned it, and so it wasn't fully dry. So it becomes a kind of a buffing brush rather than a blending brush. So I switched brushes in the middle of the video and used a completely different brush to blend. So that's just kind of what I do. When I blend my cheek contours, I like to blend up and away, because if I blend down, it kind of gives me a weird beard look, and that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid when I'm doing my makeup, because I shave for a reason, y'all. And here's where I switch to that different brush. It's just a little loose softer bristles. And I like to use this to blend, away from the highlight as well. So you don't want to make your highlight look muddy and blend it into it too much, because then you're messing up everything you just did. The brush that I'm using to blend out my nose is just a eyeshadow brush that I got in my IPSY bag. And if you want to know more about IPSY and start getting your own bag, I will put a link in my description box on how to do that. That's fine. It's fun. It's only $10 a month. They give you samples of different makeups, and it's all tailored to your custom, look and feel of makeup and all that kind of fun stuff. It's a really great process and a great find. Now I'm going in with my Sculpted face by itCosmetics, and I use this to set my cream contours. It's a nice powder. I use the 2 darker shades. It's kind of like a chestnut brown, and then there's like a really dark deep contour that I like to use, and I'll just kind of sweep that over. I'll use the lighter chestnut color as like a bronzer, and then the darker contour to make a deeper shadow, kind of like hollow out my contours even more. I like this contour palette a lot. I've bought it twice now, so it's part of my family. Now I'm taking my realTECHniques foundation brush, and I honestly didn't know that this was a foundation brush. I have been using it to do my deeper contours for the longest time. I mean, come on, it's slanted. Nobody tells me anything. So, I just kind of use it to hollow up my cheekbones and around my temples and a little bit under my chin, kind of give my jawline a more defined, chiseled look. I take a darker contour under that bronzer chestnut brown, because it kind of adds a little bit more depth to my face and kind of brings out any contours even more. I kind of have a heart-shaped face, and I like to play that up a lot with contours, making darker, lighter, more extreme here and there, or whatever. So now here's where the makeup gets revolutionary. I'm going to do some reverse contouring by going back in with my Lorac concealer, and I'm going to go just under the darkest darkest contour color that I put on my face from that palette, and I'll just highlight just under it with just a line going from kind of my earlobe, just like above my earlobe all the way to my mouth, and I'll blend it out with my finger because I don't really have any brushes that kind of blend well enough that gets the effect that I like for this. And this kind of just showcases my jawline even more. Just kind of sinks it in like significantly. I like it a lot. It's just kind of something I like to do. I like reverse contouring a lot because it cleans up the face a lot and just kind of gives the face a more defined look, I guess. Right now I'm taking that loose brush that I used to blend out my contours to blend out that line just lightly. This way our highlight and contour goes from one to another seamlessly without making it look really choppy. I don't know what I was doing in the video, but I did not show what I'm using on my face right now, but this is just like a white eyeshadow, and this is what I use to highlight the highest points of my face. So under my eyes, my bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, forehead, and chin, all that jazz. And this eyeshadow is by NYX as well. It's probably my favorite. I need to get some new stuff pretty soon. It's probably one of my favorite eyeshadows that's white. Finally, I warm up my contours and just my face in general with a little bit of bronzer so that everything comes together as one whole unit. And that just kind of seals the deal and everything, kind of puts everything together. Last but not least, I added some mascara. This is by Almay. I don't have any like good mascaras that I'm just dying over or gagging over, so if any of you guys know of some good mascara that I can do a review on, let me know. I'm happy to do reviews. I love reviews. So that's it for this look. This is not the only way I do my contour, but this is just one of the ways, so there's going to be lots more coming from Fabulous Makeup. I'm very, very excited. I got some Galaxy makeup coming up, and some eyeshadow, some glitter, so we're going to go all out. Thanks for watching.